Welcome back to Tintin Destination Adventure. So now we're finally finishing the game.
Okay, we
Finally finishing with the adventures of an older Tintin.
Yes. And now it's time for the new level of Flight 714 in the heart of the volcano. I think.
actually this is the one we already completed, so we need to find Rastapopulus.
Rastapopulus.
Yeah, we have to find Rastapopulus again. All right. Oh, great. Here we go.
Yeah, with this.
Yeah, where Tintin gets sucked into the TV for no reason.
We couldn't actually bother to animate Rastapopulus in CGI, so cut to black.
Yeah, not just that, it's the fact that happens every single time. You know, if it just happens once, you think, oh, it just happens once and that symbolizes everything. But no, it repeats every single time. So what do you need to do here?
There's spikes constantly going up and down somehow. And you're supposed to you're supposed to go there. There you go. And that going up those things somehow hurts him. I don't quite get that.
It's like how in the for some reason in the original Crash 1, jumping on that green bouncy ball thing would somehow hurt Embryo.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Those things didn't even touch me.
Actually shows what.
Yeah, it shows it squirting acid on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're actually supposed to put him in position so that he can actually be hit by one of the spikes. As you can probably guess, this fight is a bit
bullshit.
Well,
also this sound design, Jesus.
Well, I'm playing on easy mode, which means I'm invincible, so it's not like that. There's much of a problem for me in terms of losing. It's just a matter of positioning him in the correct space because the spikes are very thin. So it's there you go. Now it actually worked this time. I don't quite. Basically, I don't quite know if there's a trick to it. If there is, the game doesn't really do a good enough job in conveying it to you. Just keep trying until you succeed.
Really, all this is doing is making me want a PS1 style Uncharted game.
I'm not sure that would work, Liv.
Yeah, you would need a modern console to do the
true, you have Tomb Raider, but that was a product of its time, and you have also to remember that it had, it was rough on the edges when it comes to the polygons.
Not just that.
What Uncharted tried to accomplish is all about the story and the character interactions. Something that on the PS1, I'm not sure it can be replicated 100% faithfully.
Not just that, but I'm pretty sure you couldn't do those action sequences in the PS1.
Ow.
All right, moving on.
Can you just kick him or something, or punch him?
Apparently no, and Tintin doesn't even... Yeah, the one time Tintin could use those chloroform bottles.
And we can use them here, sorry. Not just that, not even that. Why not let Tintin punch him? That's what he does in the fucking comics and cartoon, for crying out loud.
True, yeah, it's not even a question of, oh no, he needs to use a gun or anything. No, it's a simple punching. Jesus, it needs to be pixel perfect.
Yeah.
What's he even hitting you with?
I think it's
a whip,
yeah,
or something like.
It reminds me of it reminds me of those whips that horse riders used to, incentive the horse.
God damn it, Infogrims.
Again, it's weird because with Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, they proved that they can make a very interesting and depth collectible licensed product. So what happened with these?
I don't know. Well, remember, too, this is apparently the same team that gave us the 16-bit games, and we know how good those were.
How do you know that?
Well, it seemed... I can't prove it, but it just reeks of it, because the game...
Oh, and that's it?
Because despite having some things better, the game still feels like it was made by the same team, because a lot of design choices are made exactly in that same style. Yeah, we're done. But first, let me try to go back, I guess. Millionaire's Domain now.
Can you hurry up and decide what channel you want to watch?
All right,
I
let's
think
see.
it's just a recollection of the levels at disposal.
Welcome to Channel 5. Now I'm playing Tintin
Welcome to Canada
Adventures.
Channel, the only channel
Final
in Canada.
bonus.
Again.
All right, so we need to go. Final bonus: the dog with the golden bone.
Get it?
Yes, the final level.
Several
Can-
levels left to access.
Yeah,
What
the final level is only accessed by 100% of the game. So fuck that. So I decided to shamelessly steal YouTube footage. So
Do we know this guy is? Might as well credit him properly.
I forgot. Whoever you are, thanks to you.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Credit to,
Dragon Ball.
how about this, Tay? I'll even go one further. I'll credit everyone that has ever recorded this game on YouTube. Thanks to all of you. Why not?
All
your
5
patience.
of, all 6 of you.
All right.
So the final level is literally just another snowy collectathon.
No. This is the no. Actually, this is the last typical bone level of the Flight 714 arc. After that, it's the final level
Okay.
with Snowy again. Basically, like I've said before, you have to 100% the game to access the final level.
That's weird. Oh, okay. It's not new in a sense that a lot of other games did it, but honestly, those other games actually made it so that it wasn't this painful to go 100%. Here, it's just makes it, annoying to have to replay every single level in order to get everything, and it's not a game that encourages you to replay in that regard.
Yeah, the game is just not very fun.
Yeah. Also, the butterflies can distract Snowy, apparently.
Oh, wait till we get to the next game where Snowy has to confront mice in his levels, or rather his
Can we
section.
just- I wish Insomniac made this game so Sparks would just eat the butterflies.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dweebs, it's not that kind of game.
Oh my god, this level's still going on. Ugh.
How many bones are even there? Like 150?
Apparently, Jesus.
Oh, and that's it?
That's it.
Oh, I guess it... Oh, 110.
110, there you go.
What an oddly specific number.
I know.
I mean, it's a better one than like 6.
Alright, so...
Like that NES Terminator game.
that was it. That was the Flight 714 arc. Now let's actually...
And,
Now,
So I guess the final level is gonna tie the to the SCWRM Emerald.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Snowy.
Thanks. Finale.
That's cool.
The dog with the
dog.
golden bone.
Okay.
Dwebs, the dog with the golden bone.
oh god, that movie was boring enough.
I enjoyed it, honestly.
Who need this making it worse?
What the fuck? Oh god.
We're running away from the dog from the Black Island.
Mueller's house, yeah.
Running
Yeah,
away from the dog from Lightning Returns.
I don't
Okay,
even...
well, at least this seems to be a bit of a, different kind of idea to do with Snowy. Why couldn't it be in the main game instead of being the final thing?
I don't...
Whoever heard of a chase segment being done in 2D?
There we go, and we
I
keep-
can remember some games, but remember also there is the last boss of Crash XS, or the Huge Adventure.
It's excess round here. We're European.
But yeah, it's a chase sequence in 2D, so that counts. But I can remember there are some games that do that, so it's not completely new. And that
I
guy's
thought
just
they,
that guy in the background is just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I thought they did it on a. I thought they did it like a 3D one. It's just the screen's constantly going backwards from you.
I have a question. How do we go from Flight 714 to back to the Black Island? What
I
exactly?
have no idea.
Snowy can time travel, didn't you know?
I guess.
Thanks to the power of television.
Okay, whatever.
Also, this Japanese music is not feeling at all.
No, not really.
Japanese music.
Oh, and that's it.
And that's it.
Fuck you! You're too big.
Congratulations, no, you killed a dog.
And all right, that was it.
You play it again.
No, let's continue.
Is there like a cred at the
And there you go.
credit
Here's the
at movie?
ending.
Oh, finally.
Why are you clapping?
You showed nothing.
Well, so basically, this was an entire waste of our time. Nice to know.
Bones? A real bone.
Random
Yay.
bone that apparently Nestor didn't notice, I guess.
So, Snowy, did you enjoy the show? But what's that bone you've got there? Where did you find it?
Seriously?
Yes, that's the end.
ending.
That's the ending.
Lame. That's so lame. Oh, there you go. Mullins Art. I think they are the same, actually, developers. Let me check.
Yeah. I think. Okay. I'm not entirely. Maybe it's a case of. Maybe it's like a similar case to Spider-Man, to Spider-Man 2002, in the sense that even though the game clearly is an evolution of the PS1 game, it's still not the same developer. Maybe it's one of those cases, but. It definitely feels like it was made by the same developers. Anyway, yeah, that was Tintin Destination Adventure. It's a game.
It's boring.
Not just that, the whole game is so bland that it completely fails to make any sort of impression. Not even.
Oh, I found it, Pedro. They're not the same developers, but I can tell you what they developed, which I apparently know. A shit ton of Barbie games.
Oh, of course.
And get your sense of Tintin.
Including Barbie Race and Ride, which my sister used to hold on the PlayStation. God damn it.
Okay. But yeah, the game is not the absolute atrocities that the 16-bit games were, if anything, because, you know, you don't die by every single little thing, so that's a plus, I guess. But the game is just not fun. The level design is bland. This just feels like a typical licensed game that is just going through the motions. And the story is just an excuse to do various. It's basically Tintin Generations. Like, there's no plot of any kind. Let's just have the characters watch a TV with a best of collection of Tintin's most famous adventures, and that's basically it. And again, the music is bland. The graphics are okay. The voice acting is the actors. The actors are bad. They're just horribly miscast. And I must ask again, why is it that a game that did not come out in Brazil has a Brazilian dub? A Brazilian dub that's supposed to that's labeled as Portuguese with the Portuguese flag and everything. In fact, voices. Okay, France, shooting star, French actors, Michael. Okay, fine.
Michel Eliat.
By the way,
a British company, the ones that developed this,
England, Aquarium Studio, Spain, DL Multimedia, Germany, Portugal. Quoted. Quoted. They couldn't even. They know that they didn't get a Portuguese company to dub this, so they decided to just fuck it. Like nobody would notice. Well, I noticed.
Portuguese.
Well, guess what? I noticed, assholes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this game probably didn't sell all that well, so you're probably like the only one in Portugal.
Would it kill you?
Not just in Portugal, but like most of mainland Europe who didn't play this game.
Would it kill you to get some fucking Portuguese actors to voice the characters? Like,
but Brazil speaks Portuguese.
Anyway.
It's not even that bad. It's just boring and bland. It's a game that you play and you forget about it immediately. It's the prototypical licensed game. Even though it's a much better game than the 16-bit games, one thing I'll give the 16-bit games, for as terrible as they were more memorable than this.
Or one way or the other.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons.
That kill you.
For the wrong reasons, mind you, but at least they made some kind of impression on us. Anyway, that's about it. It's boring. Go ahead, Whips.
What you said next.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, honestly, this feels more a disappointment than anything. It's like Pedro said, it's not bad, it's just, it has bad qualities. But more than bad, or flawed, it's just boring. It's like munching on cardboard cereals, and I don't understand why a game like this is supposed to be like that. Because on paper, it should work. It encompasses several adventures of Tintin, some of which were fitting to represent in a video game, but it just doesn't work with the elements it has. It's just boring, and those FMVs, the voice acting, nothing fucking works. Probably have to check on my own how's the Italian dub on my own later on, but I'm not confident, especially because this was done in the PS1 era where Italian voice acting for video games was horrible. So in a so bad it's so good kind of way. But yeah, definitely skip it. I'm glad I did not buy it when I saw an ad on this back in the day. So next.
Yeah, this game sucks. However, that's okay, guys, because next up is the best Tintin game ever made. Ironically, the tie-in licensed video game to the Spielberg shitty movie.
Joyful.
It's not for the record. It's not like a great game or anything, but it's a decent enough game, especially compared to the previous three that we.
Four times the charm, I guess.
Fourth times the charm. Well,
fourth time in a 10-year gap.
We had to wait till Infogrames lost the license and Ubisoft to come in and make the game themselves. And guess what, too? I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but Michel Ancel is somewhere in the credits.
Oh, because Ubisoft published it, yeah.
My guess is the hey dude, you make platformers. Do you think this is up to par? And he's like,
I can see the credits listing actually. Basement Dweller, Michel Ancel.
Basically.
All right, then. See you for that.
See you, everybody.
See ya.